What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Duga, coming at y'all with another video, man. Oh, excuse me. And today I'm going to talk about today's AFC wildcard game. You had the Los Angeles Chargers beating the Baltimore Ravens 23-17. What's so crazy about this game, in my preview video of this game, I had the Los Angeles Chargers winning this game 24-17. So I was exactly 1 point short from not only picking the Chargers to win, but accurately picking the final score. So shout out to myself for that. But yeah, man, the Chargers came out, kicked the field goal from I think it was Bagley to take a 3-0 lead. Then they added another field goal to take a 6-0 lead. Then they added another field goal to take a 9-0 lead. Then they added another field goal to take a 12-0 lead going into the half. Then you finally had the Ravens getting on the board with a Justin Tucker field goal to cut the lead to 12-3. Then you had a Melvin Gordan touchdown and a 2-point conversion from Phillip to Mike Williams to give the Chargers a 20-3 lead. Then you had another Bagley field goal to give the Chargers a 23-3 lead. Then the Ravens made a little bit of a surge. You had Lamar Jackson hitting Michael Crabtree on a deep touchdown pass to cut the lead to 23-10. Then you had Lamar Jackson hitting Michael Crabtree on another touchdown to cut the lead to 23-17. Then the Ravens got a stop on what was a questionable holding call. Melvin Gordan had a first down to end the game, but it was a questionable holding call. The Ravens ended up stopping them. They get the ball back. Then Lamar Jackson gets strip sacked. Chargers recover, and that's the end of the game. And that's your final score. Chargers 23, Ravens 17. For the Chargers, man, like, this team, you know, they came in, it helped them a lot to see this option type of offense already a couple of weeks ago, a very unique, different offense for an NFL team to run. It helped them a lot to see this offense a couple of weeks ago because Gus Bradley had a great game plan. He put mostly safeties playing linebackers to put more speed out there on the field to be able to get to the holes and slow down the rushing attack. Melvin Ingram just dominated this game, man. He completely dominated this game. He was on Lamar Jackson all afternoon. Not only was he on Lamar Jackson, he was also solid in the run defense also. Huge game for Melvin Ingram, man. You know, they all-pro, all-world rookie safety Derwin James did his thing out there today too. And offensively, they did just enough. They didn't do a whole lot offensively like that. They obviously had to keep kicking field goals, but it was enough to get the W. Melvin Gordan, they had a scare with Melvin Gordan early in the game. He had a little knee injury. It looked like it might be something serious, but he was able to shake that off and get back in the game and give him some good, solid, tough yards, including a touchdown. Keenan Allen is, you know, he didn't have a great game today, but you know, he's a solid receiver. Mike Williams came up with a big catch down the field later in the game. And you had Mr. Old Reliable, who had the game-ending fumble against them last time they played. But you had Mr. Old Reliable and Antonio Gates coming up with some crucial catches today. You know, there was talk that Hunter Henry was going to probably play, but I don't think he dressed today. But Old Reliable Antonio Gates came through for the Chargers in a big playoff spot on the road and came up with a couple of big-time catches. Great performance by the Chargers today. Great performance. To be on the road, to be against a team that you just lost to a couple of weeks ago, a team that has a very good defense, and to gut out a win like that, it wasn't pretty at times. At times, you know, it looked like they should have scored more points than what they did. Baltimore did a great job of holding them to field goals all afternoon, but they got the W. They got the W. They held on to the ball besides the one fumble by the tight end number 88 for the Chargers. I can't remember his name, but he had like a bad fumble early in the third quarter to give the Ravens some momentum. But besides that, they pretty much played like a flawless football game. They kind of got a little stagnant late in the game, kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit to allow the Ravens to get a little momentum and really get back into the game. But they came up with the big win on the road, like teams with good veteran quarterbacks typically can do. And now for them, it's on to the New England Patriots in Foxborough next week. And that's going to be a huge showdown between Phillip Rivers versus Tom Brady. Shout out to the Chargers for getting the W today. And as far as the Baltimore Ravens, good season for them. The last couple of years not making the playoffs, but today they had a good season. They got it done. Got the AFC North Championship. It took up till week 17 to get it done. Early in this year, Joe Flacco had an injury. Lamar Jackson came in, did really solid down the stretch. Joe Flacco never got his job back. At times during this game, even the Baltimore Ravens fans started booing Lamar Jackson. I don't know if they was necessarily booing Lamar Jackson in general or booing the coaching staff because they wanted Joe Flacco out there. You know, he's been mediocre since he's won a Super Bowl. But granted, you know that Joe Flacco is capable of being a hot quarterback in the playoffs. And that's what the fan base wanted to see. And at times, it looked like they might go to that. But I'm going to say shout out to John Harbaugh and that offensive coaching staff for sticking with Lamar Jackson. I mean, hey, Joe Flacco obviously is not going to be back next year. Lamar Jackson is obviously the present and the future at that quarterback position. Unless he's injured, you need to just ride it out with him. You don't take him out the game and and you got people like Tony Romo on the call. Oh, you got to pull him out the game and put Flacco in. Yeah, just like they should have pulled Dak Prescott out the game against Green Bay and let you play, huh, Tony? Like, nah, bro. Like, you ride with the hand that got you there. You ride with the man that got you there. You go down, even if you lose. I mean, let's be real. The Ravens wasn't going to win no Super Bowl this year anyway. So Flacco is not going to, if you'd have went out there and brought him back with you to give him a contract and traded Lamar Jackson? No. Like, you let Lamar get this game time experience. You let him learn from this experience. So next time he's in the playoffs, he'll be a little better. Now it's something for him to work on in the offseason. In the offseason, he gotta be more accurate. He gotta be more decisive with his decision making and throwing the football. And they do all that, man, they're gonna be all right. You know, as far as Joe Flacco, apparently he's on his way out the door. He won them a Super Bowl and a great, one of the best playoff runs you could see a quarterback make. Week 1, beating the Indianapolis Colts at home. In the wild card, I mean. In the division round, going on the road, beating Peyton Manning and the Broncos. Beating Tom Brady on the road in the AFC Championship, which he should have beat him the year before if their receiver would have caught the ball and their kicker at the time would have made the kick. But, and then in the Super Bowl, beating the 49ers. So the Baltimore Ravens fans, I'm sure, going to always remember him, Joe Flacco, for that. But obviously it looked like he's on his way out the door, and it looks like Lamar Jackson is the president and the future of this organization. So you got to roll with him. If he having a bad game, you just got to roll with it. Like make him fight through it. Tell him he got to fight through it. It's not going to always be pretty. Like, put Flacco in for what? I just felt like that was very kind of weak of the Ravens fans to boo the man because the man is not performing. Flacco, obviously, y'all couldn't wait to get rid of Joe Flacco. Now you benched him for a young rookie quarterback who was having a good solid season. Granted, is he the most polished passer in the world? No, he isn't. Is he the most accurate quarterback? No, he isn't. But he's got time to get developed. He got time to learn and to get coached up. He didn't even come into the season as a starter. So now going in the next season as a starter, he could put more of an emphasis on working on his passing game, on reading defenses and being more decisive with his throws. But good season by the Baltimore Ravens getting in the playoffs. Look like they got the quarterback they like. They got a nice little stable of running backs. Maybe they could use more of a feature back. Maybe they could use one more running back. Their receiving core is pretty solid. Michael Crabtree is a good red zone target. Willie Snead is a good third down target. John Brown is a good deep threat target. They got 3 really good, capable tight ends. Defensively, they straight. They had the number 1 defense. I want to say it was either them or Chicago. So, I mean, they pretty much straight on that side of the ball. Offensively, I think they could use more of a featured running back. A guy that you could really give the ball to a bunch of times throughout the game instead of really using this committee approach like they've been doing. They could have one guy that could carry the majority of the load. But shout out to the Baltimore Ravens. Good season for them. AFC North champs. Basically, John Harbaugh kept his job. We traded them the number 32 pick for them to get Lamar Jackson. Obviously, the pick won't be as high as we was hoping it would be. you know, by them making the playoffs and stuff like that. So congratulations to the Ravens on a solid season. Get them a featured back, and Lamar Jackson developed. They'll be all right. And as far as the Chargers, this is a very, very talented team, man. Shout out to them for getting it done on the road. And they're a problem in the AFC playoffs. They're a real problem, you know. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go and give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have NFL content throughout the season. Y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.